Hi students, we're here at Cascade in your garden. I'm Erin.
And I'm Ian, and we want you to know that we really miss you, and it's really hard that you can't be here in your garden right now. We hope you get to be here really soon, and we also just want you to know that we're really proud of you for working hard and trying your best. This pandemic is really hard, isn't it? So
Yeah.
What else?
So we just want to show you everything that's been happening in your garden while you've been away. Hopefully you're going to be back very soon. A lot has happened since you've been here in spring, if that was the last time you've seen your garden. So let's go take a look.
Yeah, right over there's a little hummingbird. You see in the nasturtiums? Good job, hummingbird. Sorry, distraction. So if you're a student at this school, even if you've never been in this garden, this is your garden. So I think 4 or 5 years ago, there was no garden here, it was just plain grass. And Cascade students like you helped plant and build here, and so that now there's all this food growing, and there's flowers for pollinators, and there's habitat for creatures. So let's have a look. One really exciting thing about September. Look what's right in September. Look at these beautiful grapes. Those are really special. See, grapes are a climbing plant. And then over here you can see there's some small melons growing, also climbing. And then over here we've got summer squash in this bed. And then a lot of you have seen this flower. Do you know this flower? Nasturtium. So it's an edible flower. And as we saw, the hummingbirds really like it. Their little beak fits way down in there. And actually down in this little tube, there's this really sweet nectar. So what we do is we pinch that off or bite it off. And it's like a little straw. And you suck on it. And there's just a little, kind of tastes like honey. Just something sweet. A little bit of nectar. And if you eat the whole thing, it's kind of spicy. Okay, here's another variety of grape. These are a different color. That's how life should be, right? Just food hanging everywhere. Fresh food. Okay, we've got some tomatillos. And this is our bed of hot spicy peppers. These look like jalapenos. Do you know that jalapenos, when they're truly ripe, they're red? We see them green a lot. Yeah. And over here we've got a couple variety of beans. Dried bean and more of a green bean. Can you see how those grow? First the flower, right? First we get the flower and then that forms into the bean. Look at these awesome tomatoes. If you've never picked a tomato, there's a technique. So right on the branch that's holding the tomato, you see that little joint? They call it an elbow, and you just kind of put your thumb right on that and you bend it, and it breaks right there. Look at that thing. This is a really special tomato. Even though it's got some green on it, it's actually ripe. It's called Pink Berkeley Tie-Dye. See what it looks like inside. Seeds for next year. Oh, beautiful. Come around here. These 3 trees are all friends. These are our Asian pears. And some of you did the taste test we did last year where we tasted all 3. There's Yoinashi, Chojuro, and Shinseki. And they each have a little bit different look and a little bit different taste. These are really nice. You can see these beautiful little freckles they have on there. Look at that color. And right here, I would like you to see the newest addition to the Cascade garden. It's an olive tree. Isn't that something? That'll be so interesting to see how the olives grow as this tree gets older. Maybe we could even harvest the olives and press them and make olive oil.
You have so many beautiful fruit trees in your garden, like this apple here. You also have a cherry tree over there, some peaches, some plums, some pears. Beautiful, beautiful trees that have given us a lot of food. And if you're wondering where the food has been going this year while you have been away, we've actually been getting it out to families in the community that need it. So you should feel really proud that your garden is a part of feeding our community. It's thanks to you, and it's also thanks to a lot of pollinators that we have here in your garden. So let's take a look at one of them right now. Look at this really happy bumblebee right here. It actually looks a little bit sleepy, probably because it's kind of early in the morning and the cold can make it hard for their wings to function. Call them sleepy bees early in the morning. Just kind of taking a nap. But yeah, this artichoke flower is one of their favorites. It gets so much pollen on it. I don't know if you've ever had an artichoke, but it's actually a flower bud before it opens up, and then it turns into this beautiful purple here. If you cut this flower off, it would actually stay purple all through winter. It's one of those very cool flowers that keeps their color. Hi, little bee. Hi. And a lot of people think that bees are kind of scary. You know, they've gotten stung before. They kind of feel like they're out to get them, but they're actually usually just so busy working that we don't really have to worry about them. They're not really interested in us. They just want to fly around and collect all the pollen. Little bee. Hi, friend. Look at that beautiful, beautiful face and the color. Wow. Thank you, bees. And all the other pollinators. Moths, bats, hummingbirds. There you go, back on your flower. Okay, maybe you'll just hang out with me here for the next part. One of the cool things that you have growing in your garden is this fig tree. It's kind of a little baby, but it had a lot of figs on it earlier this year. They kind of have 2 rounds of fruit, and so this is the second round. There's some little tiny ones, and then we actually saw a ripe one back here, so I'm gonna get back in here, pick one of these. It started to turn a little bit of color. This is a Desert King fig, which means the inside is supposed to be a beautiful, beautiful kind of pinkish color. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And they're really, really very sweet. Figs are so good. This year was the first year that I have taken fresh figs that we've grown in the gardens and made fig Newtons. And they're amazing. I don't know if you've had fig Newtons, but so good.
So this is Satou, and I don't know if you all heard the very exciting, sort of scary story about what happened to Satou here at Cascade. Well, she was here in this garden, and she was left here and she escaped. She was missing for 3 days and 3 nights. And we were very nervous because there's like dogs and coyotes and raccoons and hawks and all sorts of predators, and we couldn't find her. I don't know if any of you saw this sign around, where we put out signs with a reward all over. We even brought Sam the rabbit up here. This is Sam's story. Sam's job was to stay here and hopefully attract Satou to come back. Well, 2 students were riding their scooters around campus and found Satou. She was on the other side of the track. And so she's back. So we're very happy to have her back.
So we have 3 garden rabbits, Sam, Satou, and Sorrel. And they live at North Lake Elementary, but they get to travel around to all of the different gardens to visit students during their garden time. And they also get to kind of wander around the garden and forage for themselves. They love to snack on everything that everyone's been growing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rabbits love coming to your garden. Why don't you hop around, Satou? So thank you so much. We again, we miss you so much, and we can't wait until you can come and be in your garden again and be back at school. We want you to know that we would love to hear from you. And so if you wanted to call or text this number, you could ask us gardening questions. If you need something like seeds or plants or garden supplies or recipes for something, let us know and we will try to help you out. If you want to know how to maybe visit this garden with your family someday, something like that, also let us know. If somebody wants to use email, you can use that one.
We cannot wait until you are all back. Until next time, we really hope that we get to hear from you soon.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye now. Bye, friends.